Hello and welcome to 2025. Just a quick little intro to this video. What I've done is I've taken some of the 3-part, 4-part, however many part series from last year and the year before, and I've re-edited them into one singular video in a longer format, just to see how that does. Some people like watching 2 or 3 parts of a video broken up. Some people like watching the video in one piece. So I'm just going to give that a run and see how it does. Thanks for tuning in, and yeah, hopefully you enjoy the longer format. So it is just after 5 AM and I'm on my way off again on my next adventure. I'm heading down to Tumut and the Kosciuszko area for 4 days on my own. Today, first stop will be Adelong Falls gold mine ruins. So enjoy. Okay, so I've still got about just about an hour to go till I'm at Adelong. I've just stopped now to have a bit of a snack and a drink of water and get out and stretch my legs and refresh before I keep going. Just want to look at that. I really love driving through this type of country. Just the hills and the scenery and the farms with animals along the side of the road. It's just really beautiful spots to drive in. Okay, I have arrived at Adelong Falls gold mill ruins. I'm just going to have a bit of a snack here, a little bit of bite to eat before I go and have a look around. Just going to have a wrap with one of these John West tuna and rice snack packs and some coconut sriracha sauce. I don't think I'll overdo it on the sauce because I don't want to be having to climb out of the tent at 2 o'clock in the morning to constantly run to the toilet. Just going to scan across this. If you'd like to read more of it, you can pause on various parts and have a closer look for yourself. Built around 1870, this cottage was home to William Ritchie, who owned and operated the Adelong Falls Reefer Battery quartz crushing mill with his partner David Wilson. Extensive terraced gardens, a farmyard and orchards surrounded the cottage, and some of the domestic plantings can still be seen today. The old fireplace there. I'm sure that might have been another fireplace over there or what it was. I'm not quite right down towards Kosciuszko and the other areas I'm going to just yet. That's still another, easy 80 odd kilometres away. But just looking at the day out here, you would not think this whole, most of this region has had snow over the weekend. Built around 1870, the lower water race fed the lower water wheel. The water was collected in timber weirs across the creek and fed through the main sluice gate in the head wall. From here it flowed along the race into a flume in the processing mill and then delivered to the lower water wheel. The main sluice gate and small gates along the race provided outlets and controlled the flow. Installed in 1882, the overshot 18-foot, which is 5.5 metre water wheel, generated 26 horsepower and required 10,300 gallons or 47,000 litres per minute to achieve maximum power. Built in 1870, the 26-foot overshot reverse wheel drove all of the machinery through the life of the mill. Operating at around 3.5 revolutions per minute, it developed 35 horsepower per minute. The wheel was 4.6 foot wide, which is 1.4 metres, and required 7,800 gallons or 31,200 litres of water per minute to fill its 64 buckets. As I stood here and admired the beauty of the environment that surrounded me, I was reminded of the poetic words of YouTube channels that I admired. It was at this moment I myself was inspired to write some beautiful poetry. Roses are red, violets are blue, poetry is hard, bacon. I took one final scan as I left this place, which I had not visited in nearly 15 years, and did not know when I would visit again, although I hoped it would not be too long. There's a lot of steps here. This is hard work, getting back up here for an old bloke like myself. This suspension bridge has a span of 60.2 metres and is supported by two 30mm steel cables, and the end supports are made from 4 ironbark timber poles 9.3 metres in height. That water is so very, very clear. It would also be so very, very cold. The bridge was constructed by the Australian Army 21 Construction Regiment, the Royal Australian Engineers, as a training program in 7 days. It is the back of the wall for the Blowering Dam. Okay, you can no longer get up to the top of the dam wall, but from here you might be able to see up to the spillway there, where the water would overflow. And as I said, we're down the bottom. That's the back part of the wall there up to the dam. Okay, so I came for a look at the Blowering Dam, but yeah, as I mentioned, you can't get up the top anymore. So I'm just going to head on to my first campsite for the night and just get there, have a nice relaxing afternoon. I came here to look at the dam because I have some fond memories of visiting here with my son Matthew, who was in last week's videos when he was only very young. And yeah, I had photos of him up there on the dam and camping in Tumut, feeding possums, etc. Anyhow, see you again soon. A lovely peaceful spot here. I've pretty much got the place to myself. I chose to stay back up here in amongst the trees instead of going right down by the water. It is nice down there, but I just wanted to stay somewhere a bit flatter and somewhere that I don't have a 200-metre walk to go to the toilet in the middle of the night if I need to. a little bit peckish here, so I'm just going to make some 2-minute noodles. And our water is already boiling within a few minutes. I've got the noodles in, we'll just let them simmer away. Okay, so I've got myself a nice little pot of Vietnamese beef and lemongrass noodles. Thank you to my son Matthew, who chose them out last week when we were away in Taree. Good choice, mate. I really wish you could be here with me. It's a beautiful place. Hello, I'm Mudguts and I'm here to talk to you about fashion. Okay, so I've had a feed and it's getting a bit chilly here and starting to get dark soon. Haven't got that much sunlight left. It's starting to dip behind the hills and the trees over there. Looks pretty light out here with the camera. Camera always lets in so much light, it makes it look deceiving. Yeah, well, nothing much else I'm going to do tonight now, so I'll catch up with you again in the morning. Good morning. Day 2, and I'm going to kick things off here with a, you guessed it, cup of coffee.
Cup of coffee in the big game.
Gonna have a cup of coffee, some eggs on a wrap, and then just relax for a while till the sun comes out and dries out some of the gear, and then we'll move on. I don't know if you can see, but right over there, we'll just zoom in a bit. Sorry, it's jumpy to zoom. That's the dam, the Blowering Dam. That's where we were down the bottom on the other side of it yesterday. Rightio. I've been up since about 7:30, 8 o'clock. I've had some breakfast and a cup of coffee. It's now just after 10 o'clock. We're going to head on down to Yarrangobilly, however you want to pronounce it, Caves, and have a look around there for the day. this nice little underground lake in here. This really is incredible. All this beautiful white limestone. Just when you're thinking the cave can't get any more incredible, you turn a corner and you're just greeted with all this. With the over 200 steps to make your way through the cave, I was very glad for the much cooler temperatures underground. So what I've done is I bought 24 bottles of fresh water for drinking, and as I finish one I've been topping it up in taps when I get a chance, and I'm keeping it here just as washing water. This water isn't for drinking, it's just for washing up. Okay, so that was Yarangobilly Caves. I've decided not to go down to the thermal pool because apparently it's a very steep walk back up, and it's not so much that turned me off, it's just the fact I couldn't be bothered going down there for a swim, even if the water is warm and having to dry off and that. And, it's just after 1 o'clock. I've got a few other things I want to look at along the way back, along Snow Mountains Highway on the way back to my camp for this evening. So I'd rather put the time into those things. This really would make a fantastic camp spot. Need to remember this for next time, or in future. Yarrangobilly River Camp. Beautiful spot. Nice open flat ground. The sounds of the stream right there. And plenty of sun for the gear to dry out in the morning. There is two sides to the Yarrangobilly village campground. The side where I just stopped and had a bite to eat, there's no toilets or any facilities like that. But across the road, where the photo of that little homestead is, there is some toilet facilities, and it's still very nice over this side as well because the river runs under the bridge and straight through the campsite as well. This is pretty much all that remains of the snow that was here the last couple of days. Seriously though, how beautiful would it have been to come through here a couple of days ago and see all this covered in snow. Right, we've pulled into the Jounama Creek campsite. I've picked myself a beautiful little spot, so let's get out and have a look at it, shall we? Got a table there I can use. Toilets are just up the back over there. And as you can hear, it's a beautiful little creek just there. Now, whether or not that will create noise at night and make it hard to sleep, I don't know, but I usually go to sleep with the telly on anyhow, so I'm used to having a little bit of noise. Should be nice. Let's go down here and have a little bit more of a look at the creek. Yeah, what a beautiful little spot. Warm and toasty. Okay, so I just boiled up some water and gave the plates and that a wash. The only thing I haven't washed is my fry pan. I'm going to leave that oil in there, so I've got something that I can fry the eggs in tomorrow morning for breakfast. I'm just cheating, just applying a bit of heat to these just to help dry the leftover water out of them. So I've had my watch sitting out for the last hour or so, just acclimating to the temperature here, and as you can see it's 11.4. The temperature's actually started going up slightly since I picked up the watch. It was 10.8 when I first looked at it. That's pretty much it for day two. Had dinner, set up the tent and everything like that, and I've relaxed for a while. Just going to sit down and relax for a bit more, and then go to bed again and get up early in the morning and move the gear into the sun so it can dry out. I'll catch you again in tomorrow. Good morning, day three. It's 7 AM and it's quite cool here this morning. I'm just having a cup of coffee and waiting for the sun to come up and dry the gear out. I've had a friend visit for breakfast, but I haven't really got much to give him, so he's just hunting around himself. It's a beautiful day out here. I've just moved my tent around to catch some sun so that it'll dry out hopefully before too long. But Yeah, beautiful sunny day. We'll pick up again when I move on to my next spot to have a look around. This is the Jounama Dam, and over there in the distance is Talbingo, where we've just been. Okay, so I've pulled into camp early this afternoon just to relax. This is the Pines campground along the Blowering reservoir. I've chosen this particular spot up the top of the hill here, mainly because in the morning when the sun comes up over that hill, I'm going to get it as early as possible to try and dry out my gear so that I'm not hanging around for 2 or 3 hours waiting for the sun to hit me and dry things out. Australian Ken Warby launched his boat, the Spirit of Australia, here at the Pines on Blowering Dam on 20th of November 1977. Ken broke the world water speed record and set a new world record of 464.45 kilometres an hour, which is 288.6 miles per hour. Then on the 8th of October 1978, Ken broke his own record, recording a staggering 511.11 kilometres an hour, which is 317.6 miles per hour at this very same location. As at July 2017, Ken's 1978 record still stands. I mean, that's pretty fast, but I don't think old Ken has seen me and Paulie on our way down to the 7-Eleven when they announced 2 for $1 day on chicken twisties and iced coffee dare. So we're just using off the last of the food here. So tonight I'm just having some egg wraps with some Kewpie mayonnaise. I've got the sriracha mayonnaise and the normal one there. Just waiting for that water to boil to clean me pan. Okay, so I've just had something to eat. It's a nice evening here at the Pines Campground. I was actually able to get some internet reception today and do a few things and do some banking. I had a lovely little video chat with my daughter Ruby, and I've sent my son Matthew a message to see how he's doing. Yeah, everything's great. I'm enjoying it, and but it would be nice to have, you know, my son along with me. My daughter's only very young; she'd be too young to bring along. But it'd be nice to, you know, share this experience with someone else. But I'm glad I can share it with you people here on YouTube. Thank you. Okay, so we've left our campsite at the Pines down on the Blowering Dam. We've headed down now through Yarrangobilly again, and we're at Long Plain, and we're going to spend the night at Long Plain Hut, and we're going to have a look at a few other huts. No, not those type of huts. Well, this bushwalking stuff is hard work. My legs and that are starting to burn. Scotty's gone walkabouts. I don't know how you do it, man. Backpack full of gear. You know, multiple kilometres of walking. Don't know how you do it. He doesn't weigh 150 kilos, fatty boomba. Come on, You can do it. Just imagine there's a big party-sized bag of chicken twisties on the other side of that creek there. Just coming up here, look, got a couple of wild horses out in the field. Okay, so the way I had planned to go through to some of these other huts has a gate across it. So I'm going to have to go backtrack onto Long Plain Road and see if I can go down the other way through to Blue Waterholes that way. So let's see what we can find. The Southwell House hut was built around 1885. So this was their old kitchen. Alright, I've actually just broken the tripod for me GoPro. Yeah, it doesn't matter, it was only cheap in a packet of about 30 different items. I'll get another one. I've left this here for some lucky adventurer to find. That's a big horse. Damn, this must be its mother. I've got another tripod for me GoPro. Not as good as the other one because the other one had flexible legs. This one, yeah, at least I can still set the camera up. We've got to make do. These two guys are probably about 20 feet away, just checking me out. Quite a nice hut. Several different rooms. Someone's left a footy there. Let's open this up and see what's in the visitor's book. Hey, the sun has already started to drop behind the trees in the mountains, so before it gets too much darker here, I'm going to warm up this suit, have myself something nice to eat, and then I'm going to get changed into some warmer clothes for the evening. Hello. I'm sorry, but I've gotten rid of all my bread and bits and pieces I could give you for dinner. Yeah. So, I am impressed with that little 360 degrees Furno stove. It's cooked my food well, it's boiled water quickly for my coffee in the morning. And the big gas canister, it's done me 4 days, cooking breakfast, sometimes lunch and dinner. And yeah, it's still at least half full. I got this at Anaconda. That's not a paid promotion. I'm just telling you where I got it from. I got the stove and the pot set, and while I was there I bought this little ammunition case, and they all fit nicely into that, along with the little saucepan here and my cutlery set. So beauty. Well, okay guys, this is Long Plain Hut, and this is my last camp for the 4-day trip. I want to thank everybody who has watched all of my videos, and I especially want to thank anybody who has watched them all the way to the end. A majority of my videos get about roughly between 40 to maximum 60% view time. So those who've watched them 100% all the way to the end, from the bottom of my heart, I truly appreciate that. Okay guys, so I'm just going to camp in the car tonight because I want to get up and leave fairly early in the morning, and I don't want to have my tent all still wet and have to wait too long for it to dry out. I've got about a 5-hour drive home. And then when I get home, I'm going to catch up with Paul, the other half of the party size team, and we're going to kick back, have a relaxing Saturday evening and get a pizza. So yeah, I won't be filming too much more other than my departure in the morning. So see you soon. Alright, so it's pretty early. I'm leaving a bit earlier than I had planned. It's just freezing cold down here and I wasn't able to sleep that well, so I'm going to get a move on, see if there's a McDonald's or something open on the way and get some nice warm breakfast. Just trying to get the car warmed up and defogged at the moment. Yeah, this is pretty much the end of the video, so I thank everybody for watching, and once again I thank anybody who's watched all the way to the very end. Thank you.